Hi, I'm Vaughnette Bigford, and this is my OMG interview. Well, primarily for this year, I don't know if you know that 2017 I launched my first album called Born to Shine, a compilation of local songs, wonderful songs, what we call classics. And we spent most of 2017 kind of moving in and around Trinidad and Tobago, getting the music out. This year we kind of tried something different because I tell people I started off singing jazz, I started off singing the classics and songbook type stuff. So the fans that I would have picked up last year kind of really see me as this person that really does local stuff. So my aim this year was primarily to get them to understand that I'm a multidimensional artist, and yes, I do that and I love doing it, but I also wanted to kind of head back to what I call home, what I started doing, you know, where I'm most comfortable. So that's the focus for this year, to kind of redefine the product again, to let people understand that I can represent a number of different things, you know. Well, I started singing in school, you know. My first stage experience, I was 7 years old on Naparima Bowl for San Fernando Arts Festival. Very tiny, singing my first calypso. And then over the years, theater and stuff all through school. And after school, I kind of focused a bit on the academics, much to the delight of my grandparents. And I got back into the music when I was around 30 years old at the prodding of my husband. So it was kind of like, you know, this is what I am, this is what I'm doing. Then I'm kind of trying to find who this person is. You know, I wanted to be an accountant, then I got into health and safety, and then I went back into the music at 30, just trying to, you know, make use of this gift that I was given, you know, make sure that I don't leave this earth without doing what I think I'm supposed to do. I just think, like I tell people, I don't particularly like to plan too far ahead. I like to live in the now. I tell people, when people ask me, okay, so what do you want to do in the next 5 years? I tell them, here, what, first and foremost, I want to be alive, because so many people my age don't have that privilege. So I want to be alive, and I want to be healthy, because I have had some health challenges along the way. Alive, healthy, and have some sort of balance that makes me happy. Play music and do something else that makes me happy. I don't really want to spend too much time doing stuff that I'm forced to do. So my philosophy is find time to do what makes me happy and what I love the most, and kind of focus on that and keep that balance there. I'm a Labre girl, born and bred. I still live in Labre. I was very precocious, always very vocal. I don't want to say loud. Vocal. Still am. Very vocal. Very... I don't know, there was always a sense of confidence about me, I guess, because it's something that my father more so, my parents kind of instilled in me, that I was, you know, young and beautiful and bright, you know. I mean, of course, I would have gone through my periods of self-doubt, you know, as any other woman. But I think I was a typical teenager, you know, a typical child, a typical teenager raised by grandparents, some boundaries, trying to push some boundaries, you know. But I think I was just a typical normal Trinidadian teenager. I try to tell teenagers and children now, hear what? Please do not be too hurried to grow up, because they're always so hurried to be adult. I mean, I think my best years were my teenage years, where I had absolutely not one bill coming on my name. Nothing that I had to pay every month. We're so hurried to get older or to become adult that we miss the fact that those are the most beautiful years. You know, your teenage years, where you have very little care. My worst time, I think, was maybe after the death of my grandmother. My grandmother was ailing for a long time. I was raised by grandparents, and my grandmother had been ailing for a long time. But after the death of my grandmother, I went through a really, really rough time. You know, thankful that I still have my grandfather here at 94, but that is what I could say was kind of like the worst period of my life. My future, especially in terms of the career, as I say, I always want to try to redefine myself as an artist and redefine my product. So I want to spend some time figuring out, because yes, at 44, sometimes I get up and I still don't know who Vaughnette Bigford is. I'm sure we all go through that, you know. We're always trying to figure out who this person is that's inside there. So I want to find that person, or refine that person, if that, I don't think that's a word, but that's fine. You know what I mean. But focus on this product that is Vaughnette Bigford, and when, of course, when I'm comfortable with the product, then I could, you know, kind of play around with it. interpret different things different ways, you know. It's just kind of try to make my life exciting by always redefining myself, you know, keeping somewhat interesting. It's important, especially as an artist. You have younger people coming up, and you know, youth is always an advantage. So you have younger people coming up and younger musicians doing a lot of different things. So as I'm getting older, I will have to spend time, you know, just kind of redefining and keeping the interest peaked in this product that is Vaughnette Bigford, you know. So one of the projects that I'm excited about, very excited about right now, is the Barbados Jazz Excursion. I was invited to the Barbados Jazz Excursion by Ilan Trotman, who's Bajan, who's actually hosting this festival, kind of trying to get people to come to Barbados. And he reached out to me to ask me to be part of this festival, and I'm so excited to be part of it, you know. I mean, it's not that I haven't traveled before, but I absolutely adore Ilan as well, and he's this wonderful saxophone player. So I'm kind of really honored, and I hope a lot of Trinidadians come join me in Barbados, you know, just kind of show your home girls some love. It's the first week in October. I think it would be from the 4th to the 8th of October or something around there. But if you have time and a little cash, come join me in Barbados. Right, so my OMG moment was a gig I had maybe about 2 years ago in Adam Smith Square. Generally, when I hit the stage, I'm barefooted, but I don't know, maybe I wanted to impress people or something. I just decided that I was going to wear shoes that day. And I trip on the shoes and end up on the stage. Well, when I tell you, the fall was so graceful. It was so graceful that some people didn't even figure out that it's fall on the people stage. That is my OMG moment. So thanks so much for viewing this interview. Thanks so much for supporting OMG. I'm Vaughnette Bigford. You can check me out at www.vaughnettebigford.com. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on almost every social media, whatever there is out there. So thank you for viewing. Bye.